Alright, we might as well start. Oop, wrong screen. Welcome. How's everyone going? I hope you're going well tonight. So yes, tonight we are fixing bugs. I'm just gonna change the, there you go, good, get that brightness. Alright, so we actually have 3 very related bugs. And what I wanna do, let's get up our paint system. Okay, so what I have is the users and group component. Users and group. Alright. And this is connected to like the component add user wizard. I'll draw a proper thing in a minute. Add group wizard. This is a bit more complicated than this. All right. Got another component here, which is underneath here. Got one over here. It's connected to this. Let's just get rid of this. Let's bring this back up. Let's bring this back up. I drew poorly. Anyway, this is a list. This is the list component too for users and stuff like that. Now the problem is, I've got data which belongs up here that I'm currently sending down like so, and then when I modify something it sends it back up, and it's not very efficient. You've also got data that goes over here that's got to go over here. So for example, if I delete a group, I want the add group wizard to remove those potential users and so forth like that. So what do? We implement Vuex. And essentially everything, any data change will go there and it'll be reflected back. So that's what we're currently doing today. Now I have started doing this on the weekend. So what I've got to do, oops, sorry, give me 2 seconds. Just gonna fix that up very quickly. So I've started doing something here where I'm getting all the data and I'm actually sending it down in one giant block. And then I'm still going to have the ability to do the CRUD at the group level and the user level. However, the update will work, the delete functionality will work, the read functionality will be technically here. So yeah, and then I've got to remap everything because currently I've got all that sort of logic that tells components up and down to, hey, just reload your data, something has changed. In this sort of case, what's going to happen is if someone changes any bit of data, we're just going to manipulate it directly at the source. So yeah. Now, we've got potential user results. So we need to get the potential group results. And then what I'm going to do here is I am going to get rid of this. We're going to have JSON response. We're going to open this up. We're going to have object group results. I'm going to have that as a list of object group results. Then object user results, and that will be a list of object user results. This one commented out at the moment, so potential group results. So, and then we've got potential, wait, that was meant to be group results. Oh yeah, it is. And then potential user results. Now, it's not liking the list. Oh. So I think I've got to grab the values. Like so. Now we've done this before. So we're just going to find out where I've done it. Oh, sorry. Oh, it sucks. She's like, ah. I should say, nope. I want to go over here. And I know I've done it in here. All right. Oh, JSON load. Oh, and that's JSON dumps. Sorry, excuse me. And list. It's getting very complicated, that one. Let's see if we've got a simplified version of it. This is the simplified version that we've got. Oh, it's a lowercase list. And then everything will be fine because it's values. All right, cool. And Socks is like wanting to rub up against the microphone. Right. So that should get us some data. We just need to set up the get group list all. So in this sort of case, this will be every single group, just not those particular groups that are, yeah, all right. What we can do is we can actually, oh, for sake socks. Stop pressing my mouse. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to get rid of this. And we're just putting in a note. Don't go near my mouse. She's been very cheeky today. Sorry, body slammed my keyboard earlier today. Yes, alright. You get to go on stream. Not your butt. There we go. Causing hecticness here. I've got so many cords and cables going everywhere. This one's caught around the desk. There we go. She's on stream. All right, so what we want to do is potential groups are all groups except those in, let's use the list all starters, let's potential user results. accept those in object group results. All right. Let's, there we go. Okay, potential group are all groups, except those in object group results. So what we want is potential group results equals groups dot objects dot filter is deleted equals false. So that will get everything. And then what we want to do is exclude. So this would be group ID in, and then we just go equal, and then we go object group results dot values, and then group ID. And that should give us all the information I need. Hey, Nocturnal, how are you? Socks has been very cheeky. She body slammed my keyboard today whilst I was working on code for production. I'm glad I had Git open. She also just sat on my mouse just before, causing me to delete a different line that I didn't intend to delete. So yes, she's a bit cheeky today. How are you? How are you going? You alright? Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, I can't complain. Can't complain at all. It is Monday. I can complain about that, but you know, oh well. I got some New Beach stuff done on the weekend, so yeah, I'm looking forward to having a release, hopefully, in the next couple of days. So yeah, we're currently working on the issue. I haven't actually booted up New Beach's debug mode yet. We're looking at the issue with the groups and users where the data has been sent up and down in a very inefficient way. So I'm moving that data, or where I'm storing that data, into the Vuex component. That way I can access it from other components easily. So this bug is actually made up of multiple different bugs. Alright, will she stay there? Are you going to stay there? She's like, yeah. Yeah, I am. Oh, yeah. Oh, I have gone into... Sorry, I should put this into... Stream in profile. There we go. Alright. Sorry. Ooh. So, what this does is we're getting all the group results for the project, the user results for the project, so who's assigned to it, which groups are assigned to it, the potential users, so every single user that can be assigned to it that isn't assigned to it yet, and then the potential groups, so any group that hasn't been assigned to it. So this one's quite simple, it's like done. And then we're sending that information back. What I need is the line there. So if I go to the groups and users, not the Vuex, so the group and users module, I don't need the destination. Down here we've got get group and user data. So if we're grabbing the data, what I want to do is then I want to say console log response dot data, like so. We're definitely adding code here, but I just want to see if this works. So I've also got to make sure that group and user list, group and user list, group and user data. We are calling it list here. Do we want to call it data? Does make sense saying data. Oh, I hate when this happens. What line was I on? I'm going to change it to data very, very quickly. Okay, group in user. All right, sweet. Sorry, just give me a couple of seconds. I'm just going to grab a quick drink of water. I'll be right back. No, you stay there. No, stay. You stay. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, disruptive, yes. Yes, she does. There's a reason why my mouse is all the way over here, is because it usually sits here and she's just been like... Alright, getting back to this. So... Yeah, I like the new naming convention. I'm gonna boot up the server. I'm gonna go... Yeah. Yeah, you've got two of them which love... I'm assuming both of them love jumping on your desk, or is it just one of them? Because I know Max won't jump up here. Alright, localhost. Oh, alright, she's gone to her bed. Oh, there we go. Alright, we just need to go to any object whatsoever. We just need to open up this. They do, but mock doesn't mock. Fair enough. Okay, so what I'm looking for is group and user. Alright, so group and user. Group and user module. So we're not running this code yet. So we go down here, we need to do this, and then we've got to run this code. Now, in this sort of case, we don't need these two bits of code. So we're doing one request that grabs 4 bits of data. Latte likes to sit next to my mouth and tuck my hand when I reach for it. Yeah. Socks will body slam or sit on the mouse. Hydrolight's still coming along. Alright, we have an issue. Internal server error. That's fine. Response. String object has no attribute values. Alright. Return function request. Check destination. Look likes the space in between me and the mouse. Socks likes the keyboard and the little monitor. She likes to sit there. And sometimes when I'm playing games, she'll sit up and watch the screen. Which is, I don't know if she understands what's going on there or if it's like, oh, pretty colors. Alright, so something's gone wrong. I am trying to figure out what it is. This one died, this one's on. So we've got a problem with decorators. So double checking this. I see it right away. So what we're missing is the args and the quags. If I spelled that right. A photo of Mocha when he was a kitten, so watching me of Kim CSGO that I was watching. Aww. Just double checking that this is. Alright, let's do another check destination. Alright, maybe not. Group and user data. Okay. Alright, just give me 2 seconds. It's gonna take just coming on. I probably just haven't had enough water to drink today. Let's go to destination. Let's just put a little thing on there. Let's hit resend. All right. Let's put a debug there, but so let's get into this debug. So I'm going to step over, going to have a look at our little variables up here. I'm going to move the watch down. So we've got object group results, which is a query set. Object group results, values, and then group ID. All right. This is group. Is this part of my models? Def natural key. Return group ID, self-group name. Speak of the devil, Morgan just jumped on my desk. Luckily I have a cat trap in the corner, so he's happily sitting in the cardboard box. Oh. I should get that for socks. Alright, it's not liking this. Okay. Object has no attribute values. List object user result values. Let's go back here. Tell you what, we will do the good old just make sure it gets there type of thing. I am going to remove that off the decorator. I am going to remove that debug there. And I'm just going to resend. Oh, I should have hit play. Gonna hit resend again. All right, so we know it's working. We got a response. What I want to do, I just want to do that. Resend. Straight away. Keys must be a string, int, float, bool, or none, not query set. Okay. It looks like this one's going to be a little bit more complicated than we thought. Not a problem. Because we actually do something similar for this. Let's have a look. All right, so we're doing something similar here where we've got the list and project results. If we scroll up to project results, we've got values. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to comment that out. I'm going to get the values of the data. So it's going to be the same data. So for example, this will equal a list of this. Oh no, values. Dot values, like so. And then what we want to do, we'll do this. Wait a few seconds, hit reload. It's still doing that. But if we do that, resend. So we're hitting this. We step over the object results. Object group results should now be a list. Oh, just values. Okay, just gonna do that. Gonna hit resend. Hit play. Still doesn't like it like that. All right. I've decided to play around with writing my own toy language, build around message passing. It should be a little fun project. I started on the Alexa the other day. So far, I've thrown it away and restarted 3 times already. It's been interesting. Fair enough. I don't think I would ever write my own language. I don't think I'm that good enough. Alright, JSON, bugs. Alright, no. Return data. So this is another method we could potentially use. Don't expect it to be useful for anyone. Oh, fair enough. Well, I'm hoping someone finds near beach useful, so hopefully. Okay, we don't need it that way, we don't need it that way. So what we're doing now is we're going to just comment this all out. I'm just going to paste this in. So what we want is convert data to JSON format. So let's just deal with one. Sorry. Oh, that's meant to be return data. Okay, so I'm just going to save. I know I've got 3 more to do, but I just want to see if this works before I even attempt doing the other ones. No, it doesn't like it either. Object type group is not JSON serializable. Okay. Let's hit a breakpoint on here. Let's see where it fails. Eight, 2, 9. It fails on this line. Okay. Resend. Let's go here. So we know it's going to fail here. I'm sure they will. I'm thinking of throwing one of my pies to manage side projects. I might give Pip an account to see if she can use to manage her backlog of emotes. Oh, nice. I would love the feedback. So if you guys got any feedback, please send it my way. Because that's the problem at the moment. I don't have any feedback. Socks isn't giving me much feedback apart from the fact that she wants more treats. Alright, so it's failing here. So let's press the wrong button. Press the wrong button again. Cheers, thank you very much. It would be greatly appreciated. So let's go with a list. Let's actually bump this down like this. So a list equals list object group results. B list equals the JSON.dumps of a list with the CLS, which I don't know what that stands for. Django JSON encoder. And then C list equals the JSON.loads. And then B list. Class. Okay. So the class is the Django JSON encoder. Right. So I'm just going to play around with this. Just going to pop this back up like this. Socks keeps getting out of her bed, sitting in a bed, getting out of her bed, sitting in a bed. She just doesn't know what she wants. So straight away, that doesn't like it. Is the class of the decoder object in this case? We can key in group. Just resend this. It'll hit this. Okay, so it's okay with the A list. Okay, so it's okay with that. And then now it's going through all the groups. Now I'm going through all of that. I'm just going to hit jump. It will need to JSON encoder, I think. Okay. Let me get back to this. So what you're saying, blist equals JSON. Not that one. You had it right before. Oh, okay, yeah. Sweet. Just gonna resend this. So it's fine with list one. It's this one which, yeah, it comes down here. So the group name, the self group name administrator. This goes through empty group, no group, administrator, QA team, administrator, QA team. I don't know why it's going through all of those. I'm just going to hit play. Object of type group is not JSON serializable. Alright. Line 830. 830. It is hitting this one line, and it's just saying it is not. Okay. Let's just hit Google. Okay. Django object to JSON. Usually it's not this complicated. So I'll find an example. So that was probably a little too long. Oh, that one's probably... So in this sort of case, we're doing something similar to this, where we've got the group results, which they should have the... Yeah, that's pretty stock standard. So we're essentially got a bunch of queries and so forth like that. And what we're doing is we're just putting it in one little neat package. So before we do that, we convert them into lists and then JSON dump them. And then we JSON load them when we create the object and we return that object. So that's what we usually do. Did you get the dot values at the end of the query? That is a good question. Yes, yes I have. All right, let's try this again. Okay, we know that works. Now it works. All right, sweet. Okay, and there you were just missing it there. All right, sweet. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it would have taken me a while to spot that. All right, let's go values. Let's not forget that now. All right, with return data, we'll do something like this. With the other ones, what I'm going to do, yank, paste, paste. I am going to cheat, and I'm just going to go copy, paste, paste. I should just yank, do that. And then just paste that in and paste that in. Copy this, paste this in, paste this in, paste this in, paste this in. Copy this, and then paste this in, paste this in, paste this in, and paste this in. And then we should get rid of that. Yeah, exactly. I've become so blind to this code, it's not funny at times. Oops, I'm just gonna hit play. Oop, all right. That's fine. We'll see what line it is. String object has no attribute values. Line 830. 830. So they're saying this one doesn't. Okay. All right, that worked for those other ones. Why did this object user result not work? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to the definition. I end up putting things like that behind a dumb function so I don't forget to do it. Yeah, fair enough. I am just getting, oh, this already returns a JSON dump. Okay, so that's why that didn't work as intended, but that's fine. I don't know how to go back to my other code now. So in this sort of case, I don't need to do this line, but I can get away with doing this. Not how I wanted to do that, because I do want that to be consistent in the code, which is annoying when that happens. But we now have our data. So what this should have is we've got two groups, administration and QA team assigned to this. They will now appear here. I've got to update this data. We've also got two users, the admin and team leader, which will belong down here. They're assigned to this. Now, potential users, we've got, oh, we're sending through passwords. No. All right, I've got to fix that. And potential group results. All right. That's empty group and no group. So let's fix up this. These are hashed passwords, so somewhat, no, I'd rather not. Definitely don't want to send any of that data. All right. So, potential user results. We've got the values. All right, I'm going to see where this is used. It's been called here. It's been called there. So user list all, which I have a feeling I'm going to get rid of anyway. So internal function, get user list all. Okay, I'm going to do what I did up here with the get user list. And what we did was we encoded the data. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to paste it down here, but I'm going to comment it out. Move this little thing down so we can see. So we've got user results equals. Now I don't know why I've got brackets. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify this to get rid of brackets. I think this is an old thing I did. So when I get rid of the brackets, I'm going to do this. I'm also going to not do that. I'm going to copy all of this. So user objects filter, ID in, got all that. That's fine. And then exclude that. So we do have the values there, which is what we want. Now, do we want to also annotate the profile picture? Yes, we do. All right. Oh, I hate when I do that. All right, so we still want that profile picture in there. We want to have profile picture. All right, sweet. And then we essentially want to do that. User results, yeah, all right. Can get rid of that line. Can get rid of that line. And I'm actually going to move the exclude up there. So it excludes it first, and then we get the values, and that should work how we want it to. All right. And then what I need to do is fix up my code. So with the group and user. So now the potential user results will be fine. So we want to get rid of that. And potential user results will be fine. All right. Now this isn't in alphabetical order. It's pissing me off. There we go. Okay. So if we resend, we should get all our data. let's start from the top. So group user results, we've got what we want. User results, we've got what we want, but making sure that there's no passwords, which is great. The potential group results, we've got what we want. And potential user results. And we've got what we want. We don't have profile picture for some of them, but that is fine. But no username or password. Oh, well, it'll be hashed. So none of that. All right. Cool. So that is all sorted for us to use now. Another thing which I want to actually have a eventual look at is removing a couple of these, like the group list all and the group list. I don't know if they're needed everywhere else. So a quick search. So group list. We'll ignore the static. We'll just have a look. We've got it in the urls.py and we've got it in groups and users module, which is get the group list, in which we've only got 2 of those. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment that out. I don't know who that is. Get user list. So we're commenting that out. So we're going to the URLs and we're going to go this one and we're commenting this one out. We are going to group list all. Comment that one out. I have a feeling that one is also used over here. And this is only used 3 times. This add group wizard. All right. So this one will also be removed. So what we'll be doing is we're adding in logic. So when something happens, we do send that information to the back end, but the back end will send us an update of what we need. And we essentially grab that update and go, all right, sweet, done. And we can update everything all at once. Sorry, I'm just filling with my cube. So yeah, this change is huge, but it also gives us the ability to simplify this process and put the data where we need it. So yeah. Now this will be like this. Actually this will be like this, because we won't need to get that data just yet. We'll actually be getting it from upstream. Okay. Now I have a feeling that's going to break what we have, but that's fine. So group list all. Then we need user list. So we need this one. So under request for change tabs. Ooh. Oh wait, this is the lead user list. That's fine. We're not paying attention to that. The card. That's it. Object data, Kanban card, user list. So user list is being used legitimately. All right. So we're fine with leaving user list in here. Unless I find a better way to do things. I mean, it's plausible. I could potentially, but this is at the card level. whereas the cards act slightly different to other objects. Alright, not a problem. So we'll leave that one in. So once again, ignoring static, we've got it here, get user list. This is under add user wizard. Yeah, all right. So what I want to do, comment this out. A lot of this will be simplified. So we're just commenting out all this code to be simplified very shortly. So like this whole refresh user list, I think will actually be gone. This won't be happening and stuff like that. So that's how much simplified we're getting. We're essentially being like, all right, cool. We're moving the data into a centralized location. Anything that modifies that data will modify that central location, and it'll update all these components without a problem. These components were sort of separated from that, in which case, when we did something, it had to refresh that data. So if another component did something, it would update its data. It would then have to trigger somewhere else to update their data too. Very complicated. In this sort of case, Vuex, even though what we're doing looks complicated, in the end it's going to be a lot easier than this method. So yeah, a lot of this code will be cut down and it'll be great. So user list all will be gone. So yeah, this one, we need it for the card. But that's fine. We can do that with the card. In certain specific cases, I might look at rewriting that and refactoring it to be specifically card-based, because if only the card's using that functionality, then I should write that in a specific way. All right. Now, the next thing to do, user list all out of this. No, it's out of this. So this isn't being called anymore. So we're just gonna, user list is, we're not gonna touch it. List all, group list all is no longer being utilized. So yeah, we're really deleting quite a bit of code, and group list is being deleted, and that's because we're consolidating it all, making it a lot easier. So I'm just got the cube. Okay, so you should be happy. I'm just going to refresh. We might have an issue. All right, so it looks like we don't have an issue. We haven't actually set this up to sort of do any of the data. We're going to have to do that now. We're going to have to do the CRUD. So first we'll start with the read. So object data view, we're happy with that. Add group wizard. We won't touch the add wizard stuff first. We'll actually start the rendering first. So what happens is it gets group, user, and data. So up here, so we'll get this data, group and user. We've got the console log response popping out here. What we want to do is this $store.commit. So we're committing something. We're committing to the we have a look at the view X, we've got update groups and users. And as you see, group lists and everything like this here. So like so, and then we just do it like this. So if we have a look at this, you'll see how this is named and so forth like that. So first off the bat, we've got it named like this. So I'm just copying this for reference. Then what we want to do, response.data.object_group_list. Double checking that's how it is. So we've actually got it called object group results. So we'll just do it like that. Then we've got object user list is response.data.object_user_results. And then potential group list response.data.objects objects or objects object oh wait, potential group results, and then potential user list is response.data.potential_user_results. So that should, in theory, do what we need. So update UX with the required data. So we'll be happy with that. Waiting a few seconds, we're going to hit reload, making sure I am actually compiling. Yes, I am. Oh, HTML, we could not save the task undefined. Haha. Alright, something went wrong. Object group list. Now, have I got this set up correctly? I don't think I have. Alright. Update value, field value. Oh. I know. Okay, this $store commit update value. So that should be update groups and users. Update groups and users. So that's a string. And then we've got our object. Then we've got our values. And what we've got. Okay, let's just make sure it's that specific thing. Everything is fine. Undo. Let's just do that. Wait a few seconds, hit refresh. Could not save. Yep, all right. This actually should be fetching users and grouping users data. Right, so it doesn't like this. Now, I should, in theory, go to my view. And then I go to my, ooh, it's not there. Oh, it really has crashed. Okay, let's go here. Let's go to my Vuex stuff, which is all the way down here. So the Vuex store. Module groups and users. So groups and users. Okay. Close that. I'm going to close that. Okay, groups and users. That should work. Object group list. Unassigned variable. All right, let's scroll down to our view. I've already got it open. So it's complaining about this. All right, let's comment this out. Let's add in a console log dot here smiley face. Okay, waiting a few seconds. Let's hit refresh. Nothing wrong has gone. All right, let's hit our Vuex component. We shall see groups and users up here. As you see, we've got the group list and all that kind of stuff. That's all zeros. And all right, so we're happy. Then what we want to do is do something like this. And hit refresh. All right. I didn't like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Something simple, something easy. Wait a few seconds, hit reload. Still didn't like that. That should be that. Oh, I see it. All right, this is a I forgot to do one little tiny thing. I forgot to put in state. That should compile. Wait a few seconds. And then if we go groups and users, object user list. All right. That is a spelling mistake. So then we go back down here and we undo all this. We hit reload. Wait a few seconds. There we go. So now it's updated what we need. Sorry about that. All right, so what we need. Now we just need to start using watchers and getters and stuff like that. And just renaming variables so it matches what we've got up here. The reason why we do that is to stop any confusion between the data we get and so forth like that. Usually, in fact, back here, and I'm actually going to change these to list. This will make sense in a couple of seconds. The reason being is, as I just said, I renamed stuff so it doesn't cause any confusion. In this sort of case, I'll rename those to lists up here. Instead of results, they'll be list. Now I could do that with these up here and so forth. It's not needed. Essentially, here's where the naming convention gets flipped. So, yeah. All right, so quick just done that. We're all happy with this. We now need the Vuex sort of stuff. So if we go to the groups and users module, what's actually happening is this will get the groups and users data. It'll send it upstream. And then now we've got to, sorry, so remove group will still happen. We're still making it, we're still doing it with the Vuex. So what will happen is with the Vuex is we'll send it up into the Vuex and be like, alright, this is what we're deleting. What will happen is it'll just delete. It won't delete it, it will actually add it somewhere else. It'll add it to the opposite array. So if you delete something from the group, it'll go to the potential. So yeah, little tricky sort of stuff, but it'll still actually tell the backend, hey, listen, we just deleted this. But we're not using any of the data that comes back. We could use that data, and we could quickly send that upstream and stuff like that. That would be a lot easier to do, and we could streamline it really well. That way, if anyone else makes a change, it also updates at the same time. Okay, Pip seems excited to use Nearbeach. Oh, that's good to hear. Which also reminds me, I've got to actually start documenting how to install it now with the new method, the Docker method. She panicked a little about the UI though. I'm more than happy to change it. More than happy to get that feedback. If it means I get a better UI at the end of the day, it means I get a better UI. I'm happy to do that. 0.30 is focusing on, actually I wrote a blog post the other day about this. Blogs. So 0.30, we are improving the UI UX. So by all means, yes, definitely send it in. Start using it. Yeah, sure. Is she on right now? Hey Pip, how are you? I hope you're going well. And hey, Destiny 04. I don't know how to pronounce that. Welcome. All right, Pip. The good news is you don't have to use everything in Nearbeach. You can use what you want to. It's rather flexible in that sort of matter. Doing good. How are things going? Yeah, I can't complain. How's it going? I'm going good. So my recommendation is if you want to use a Kanban board, you just go click on new Kanban board. You've got your columns and you've got your levels. You can, once again, you just delete those and add them in how you want. These will automatically add to your group. So I'm just going to put hello world Kanban board in. Kanban board will be the best. Yep. You can even put like client names in here. So for example, socks the fluffy butt, and then Max the mouse fetcher, like so. And the good things is if you double click on these on the columns, you can actually state if they're sort of blocked and stuff like that, but that's advanced functionality. Once added in, you can just add in a new card. Socks licking herself. That's in. Just wait. I've got an emoji for this. There you go. You can put in a description and so forth like that. So you can add it in. You'll be able to put priorities and so forth like that. Now, I do know that there is a sorting issue that I replicate sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes when moving the cards around, they don't fall back into the correct order. So I've got to go through and do that. Now, the reason why this blocked card note popped up is because that column's flagged for blocked. Otherwise, usually that doesn't happen if you move it to any other sort of thing. So that's the Kanban board functionality. You've also got requirements. So if you've got like a bunch of requirements, what you do is you create a requirement. Let's say new simple requirement. I don't know how your workflow goes and stuff like that. So once again, if this is irrelevant, you don't need to use this functionality. And then once you this is like a helicopter view of the requirement, you can actually go down and create, whoops, wrong one, requirement items, which are more broken down. So and so forth like that. So then you got like those, you've got like the helicopter, and then you got the little tiny sort of things. And these you can then link to projects and tasks or anything. You can even link them back onto the Kanban boards. Now that functionality with the link, so if I link object, oh, I don't have requirement items on here yet. That's something I should actually implement. So yeah, once again, I'm all open for feedback and so forth like that. All right. So I'll close that. I'll keep this open because I was working on not requirement items. Let's go open up a task. Scroll down. We've just got to get the groups news to pop up here. So, easiest way, I'm just going to look at the data. So we've got group list, which then I have a feeling that for div and group list. All right, this is done. Joe wants emote, discuss emote, has ideas or images or details, i.e. hex codes to use. I sketch, send sketches off for approval, outline, color, shade, highlight, animate if required, send off for approval, feedback. All right, cool. Yeah, I would probably use the Kanban board functionality then. Looks like the requirements probably is way overkill. So yeah, what you could do is we'll edit this Kanban board. So we'll keep blocked in progress. You've got a review QA, but let's say you can actually rename that to however you want. And send sketch off for approval. So send for approval. You might actually want that up. Let's say block goes at the end. You might want feedback over here. And then what you can do is, let's say you've got sketch one. So you got your sketch one. You'll probably have a description, like a proper title in here of what the sketch is. Soft warning. You can have a description. And then essentially you can be like, all right, I'm working on this. All right, I'm sending for approval, put it back into progress. When it does that, go feedback, and let's say everyone's happy. It just goes to complete. Add images to the description. Oh, good question. I do believe I can. There you go. Pretty big. I should do something around the size of this. It's because by default this is huge. But yes, you can upload images now. There is one drawback to that, and this is just because I haven't figured out how you can't do it on this screen. Or maybe I just lied. Did I just tell a fib? Oh, alright. Oh, I lied. I must have fixed that. Don't know how I did that. Just double checking to make sure that wasn't a fluke. Or is it a fluke? I should get rid of that thing. You like the sliding across? Alright, so that one didn't have an image, but we had an image for this one. This one did have an image. Alright. So yeah, you can put images in it. Thank you very much, Nocturnal. So yeah, you'll be able to add in images. Pretty proud of that. I did that when I was in Korea. I remember doing it. I had a 3-hour bullet train ride and I was like, I reckon I can do it. So I loaded up all the documentation well before I left. And yeah, so proud of myself. I do know when you're doing new tasks, new project and stuff like that, you can't actually add it in. And I know why it works here, because you have the Kanban board ID, so it actually does assign it against the card, but the permissions are against the Kanban board. Whereas when you're doing a new project, you don't have that ID yet. So yeah. But yes, I will be glad for any and all feedback. And then hopefully there will be another release this week. Oops, didn't mean to go into the Kanban board. I wanted to actually go into a task, because I need to fix this up now. Oh yeah. Alright, scrolling down. Actually, scrolling up, we've got for group and group list. Now, I think it'd be very useful. Oh, that's great to hear. So yeah, once I get more people using it and get that feedback, I reckon it'll become better. Because I am terrible at UI and UX, and I need that feedback. So yeah, design, absolutely terrible. The near beach site, this is a fluke, all right? I got this looking good by a fluke. It's so good because it's so simple, all right? That's tail blocks. That was a fluke. I actually really like this, and I hadn't seen it anywhere else. I was like, I'm going to try that, and I got it, and I was like, done. And it looked really good. Fluke. Fluke how this looks. Need to fix up these, but yeah. And I need to fix up this page too, but yeah. All right, so we're happy with the group being there. In this sort of case, I don't want group list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for group list. There's 14. All right, not a problem. So what this actually, don't know why my keyboard just became unresponsive. So this will become object group list, like so. We want it to match what's in Vuex. So I'm just going to ignore the rest. We're happy with the singular group here. That's fine. We're not going to change that. Just going to scroll down. We're also going to do the same with the user list, but not the second. So add group wizard. In this sort of case, we won't need this. This one line is getting removed. because with the group wizard, what will actually happen is it will update the Vuex directly. It'll be like, all right, cool, I've just added this person in here. Wizard, here's new data. And that's the good thing about this, is it can directly affect that data, which will affect everywhere else. All right, add user wizard. Don't know why I'm... Also, I don't know why I'm sending data down like that. So add group wizard over here. Aren't we using Vuex? Map getters, destination location. All right, we are. I just haven't removed that data. So we just get rid of this. Get rid of this. All right, cool. Same with this. We'll get rid of this. We don't need it. vbind refresh user list. We're no longer using this boolean to tell it to do stuff. Update user list. Once again, we're using the Vuex. Reset. Yeah, right. We're getting. So this code becomes extremely simple now. In fact, we could potentially do something like this and make it look really, really neat. All right, so down here, we'll still use Axios, we'll still use this, we're still using all this, still using modal, we're using map getters, components, yep, inject next tick is great, compute, so we're getting destination location ID. This is where we want objects. So element OPQRS element O. All right, cool. So object group list, get object group list, and then object user list is going to be get object user list. In the data, we no longer need this. We no longer need this. We in fact don't need this. So we're going to get rid of it. So add new group. Where is add new group going to be used? Oh, that's opening up the modal. Add new user. Where's that going to be used? Add new user. That's opening up the modal. Those are fine. Group and user data, that's what we get. Do you have a dark theme? Not yet, but I do know there is a plugin you can use to get the dark theme working really well. Dark Reader. So yeah, the Dark Reader works relatively well here. It is something I do want to implement. I do want to actually go through and implement a dark theme. I want to be able to implement other themes too. I've just got to figure out how to do it efficiently with Bootstrap. So, yeah. But in the meantime, do you have a theme file? Not yet. Not a proper theme file. So yeah, haven't set any of that up yet. I'm happy to. That won't be a problem. So yeah, but if you got like Dark Reader on, that works perfectly fine with it. As you see, just works perfectly. Everything, you know. So what I'm hoping to do is get this to work. Alright, I am going to delete code that I don't need. Profile picture I need. Remove group. Remove group will still be needed because we remove group at this level. Remove user is still needed because we remove user at this level. We don't need any of this. Alright. And there we go. We have shrunk that code quite a bit, which is nice. Let's do the user stuff. So destination we're fine with. Group username. Yep, alright. Add group to destination. To do limit to certain users. Yep. Destination, user list. So this will be object user list. Now, once again, I'm happy with this just being user down here. That's perfectly fine. That's not going to break anything. So we're happy with that. And then add new users will open up the modal. All right, cool. And I think remove user doesn't, remove group doesn't actually have a modal on it at the moment. But that's fine. That is something we can implement in the very near future. I don't know if I've got a bug for it yet, but it's something that I will be testing for very shortly. Okay. Alright. Okay, so if I hit refresh, we should see some users and data down here now. No, we don't. All right, we've broken something, but that's fine. Unknown getter object group list. Okay. I have forgotten to do the get here, so I'm going to quickly do that right now. So I have a pattern with these, with the getters. I always have the get and then the variable name. All right, give me 2 seconds. Going to hit reload. All right, and then we have something else broken. All right, not a problem. Excuse me for a few minutes. I will be right back. You're going to be entertaining socks. You're going to be like, hello. Alright, sorry about that. Let's get back into it. She starts tapping away at the computer. Well, that's one thing I can actually put in. Alright, new features for NeoPeach. Documentation, requirements, projects, tasks, dashboard, search. Alright, I'll put this in to be done. Create different themes for NeoPeach. It has been requested. I will put that up higher because you're requesting it. Put that, that's that bug. Wait. There we go. Yeah, I know about that bug. I am going to try and fix it. I've just got to replicate it on Dev. She's trying the hardest, but the lack of thumbs is which is really injuring her. Yeah. It's a long-running joke at my last place that the cats also did my work, which was how I got so much done. Yeah, I kind of joke at that at times. I'm like, oh yeah, I get socks to test my code. We all know I love solving the cube. Alright, so yeah, I can easily start looking into that. I do believe we have just upgraded to the latest version of Bootstrap. The themes. Running color theme. New colors must be defined. Alright. So yeah, this is part of the customization and so forth like that. But I will just have to read. So description, let's just put that in there, update card. Oh, cheers. Yeah, if you find any good colors and stuff like that, please tell me. A lot of the times I tend to fall on these colors of the beach houses. But yeah, yeah. And a lot of the colors at the moment are also default Bootstrap. So happy to change them all. Isn't that right, Socks? You're like, yes. No, she's looking adorable at the moment. She's like trying to roll over on her back, but she's got the keyboard and mouse in the way. Alright, what was I doing? I was fixing up this. So the mouse events moz import is depreciated. Use pointer event. I don't know where I'm using the pointer events on here. Unhandled error during the execute render function. This. Parent module, destination, location ID. Can't access property group name. Oh, alright. Yes, I understand that. Okay, what's happened is because I flat packed the data, but toned down those colors. Fair. Yes. Yeah. For dark mode, yeah, I could easily do that. I just need to know and what they're used for. I will probably have to go through Near Beach to see what I want colored, but I don't think there's many colors. There's the buttons, the alerts, which actually there are no real alerts in here. Icons. That's about it. Yeah. I'll have to go through and find out what colors I'm using. Okay, so going back to this, in our object group list, because this has been flat packed, we no longer have PK. So if we actually go into our data, so this is object group list, I'm opening this up. We've got group ID instead. Yeah. Has a section on theming. So color mode. Oh, it's document changing. I just haven't read any of it. I don't know where it is. Content, fonts, components, no. Helpers, utilities, extend, icons. Oh, that might be number 4 though. We're on number 5, 5.3 to be precise. tell you what, we'll do the copy this. Ah, damn. That looks like it. Oh yeah, those are the colors that I use, like for the buttons and stuff like that. Oh, all these colors are available in the SAS map theme colors. Ooh, all right. All right. Here's Ox. Alright, I am going to copy this and I'm going to put it. No, I don't have my thing open. Oops, prod. Why is this now down here? Back up there. Copy link. Take card, hit refresh, make sure that is there. Yep, all right, sweet. Thank you very much, Nocturnal. All right, now I've got to find my tab. Just closing all of these. There. All right, getting back into this. So this should be group ID. The fields go away, so now we've got group name. This will be group ID. And a similar thing will happen down here. So instead of this, we'll have object user list. Oh, we don't have any users added yet. All right. That's not a problem. Because it should be the same as the potential users. So, username. Now we've got username there. I mean, get away with ID. That's the key. Email. Profile picture, last name, first name. That looks fine. Actually, yeah, let's keep the username in. Username, destination. All right, sweet. So we're happy with that. Now that should not hopefully have a terrible, there we go. We've got the QA team up, but the group's not working yet because we haven't told the data yet. So what we want to do is, so we'll do the group wizard first and then the add user wizard. So with the add group wizard, we're going to come back to that one. So in this sort of case, this would be potential, yep, element OP, QR, yep, all right. So potential group list is going to get potential group list. All right. The group list and group fix list. Ooh, all right. Because yeah, we have to get this in a certain format for the select statements to work. So I'm happy to continue using the name group fix list. All right. So this group model, I'm gonna group model actually is needed though. Yeah, both of those are needed. So add group will change because we want seconds whilst I think about this. So get group list isn't needed. That's definitely not needed. This is not needed. Nor is this. Alright. So add new group to list. Alright. That's not needed. That is needed. We need to add code, update UX data. Close the modal. That's fine. All right. All right. Yep. So a lot of this is all good and fine. This is fine. This is fine. What I need to do, watch is an object, right? And then I need to watch this. Okay, this is where I look at previous code. So we've got watch that. But we've got watched where we've got new value and so forth like that. Oh, sorry. Oh. Group name model. Oh, that's just data. Archive destination string. So new value. Alright, this is what we want. Cool. So, what we want to do is we want to watch, we want to pass in the new value. New value is undefined, we want to send back. That's perfectly fine. Alright, watch potential new value. Alright, if new value is undefined, we just want to return. There's nothing we need to do. In this sort of case, once we're done, what we need to do is this dot group fixed list equals new value dot map. We're a single row, and we're going to return. And this is where I shouldn't have deleted the other code where we figured that out. I forgot how that structure is, so I'm going to quickly look up the code. Alright, so we're in here. Zoom in for everyone. So we want to go into our source. On stream 2. Yep. Yeah, you've been caught. It doesn't stop her at all. She's like, what? You okay there, Missy? Alright, time for treats. No shame. Yeah, no shame at all. Alright, sweetie. You know what happens when the camera comes down here. At least I like to pretend you do know. Alright, in your bed, sweetie. In your bed. Yeah, the treats are coming. We've got to get in the bed first. Alright, in your bed. Hold on. Chew them slowly. Oh, Max is here too. Hey, Max. Here, grab buddy. Chew them. There you go. Oh, sorry about the yawn. Oh, it is getting late. No. Alright, where were we? Pip asked if you had a booba mouse pad. I said, I doubt it. Yes, kinda. It's from One Piece. Long story short, I do actually need a new one. Long story short, my partner has one. Alright, and I was getting sick and tired of my mouse not working. So he was like, have this one. So then, you know, I got that mouse pad and I was like, well, the wrist support is really nice. The pec pad. Yes, that's the technicality in it. It's not the booba, it's the pec. The peckers. Oh, wait, that doesn't... It's the pecs. Anyway, long story short, I was really embarrassed about it, and I was like, you know what, I still want the wrist support, so I actually got one like this to annoy him. However, that being said, for that Christmas, I went out and bought a bunch for my co-workers. I'm just going to open this up in a container so I don't accidentally... So what I had was... Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna put it on this screen for a moment because I know some horrible stuff is gonna come up. Mouse, cat mouse pad with wrist support. Alright, I will hopefully find the ones I got. The one I got isn't here. And I'm glad I'm not sharing my screen right now because all of a sudden, yeah. Alright. There's a similar one. I also got dog ones too. So depending on the person, I got them either a cat or a dog. So I got like similar ones to these. So I bought a bunch of pet ones. Be me to buy more. Yeah, they are really cute. I do have to get another one of these. I've got one at work too, which is of a cat. So yeah. Yeah, this is Add Group Wizard. So that will be under modules, that'll be under wizards. Add Group Wizard. Alright. So this will be at the bottom. Alright, so this is the code, what we want. So essentially, we want group list, so we want the value to be, that would be the row dot group ID, and the label as in the row dot group name. Right, so that should in theory work. Sox has just disappeared now. She's like, I got my treats. I'm out of here, suckers. Okay. So that should update the list how we want it to. So if we go over here, we wait just a couple of seconds, we hit reload, we should hit the add group this, we should definitely see empty group. Should be able to add groups in. Now that doesn't add in right away, because we haven't programmed it in, but it does add it in. So that functionality, the create functionality, we just need to get it to send back the data that we want, and Bob's your uncle type of thing. All right, let's fix up the users. So the add user wizard. So let's get rid of some of this. The watch refresh user list. So what we want is we want to get rid of this. I don't like having to watch after the methods. So after the computed, so watch. And here we've got potential user list is get potential user list. Right. And then down here we've got potential user list new value if new value undefined and just return. Otherwise, that's where we need to set up the whole fixed list thing. So if we scroll down here, we've got this code here. So we just put this in, and then this user fixed list equals, now in this sort of case, we just need new value dot map. Then we've got a row. Now I'm just going to go row, and then return a simple value where we've got row dot. Now it's got ID there. If I go into the view, groups and users, potential users list, it is ID. All right, that's fine. Just double checking. Label. This label will actually be, so we've got username, first name, last name. All right, so we've got row.username, row.first name, and then row.last name. All right. So that should fix that. So now we've got the props, destination, location, ID. That isn't needed anymore. And refresh user list, that's not needed. So we need to put in destination. So get destination and location ID. Get location ID. That should be fine, because we're using the axis and destination and stuff like that there. We're no longer emitting stuff upstream. Close the modal, clear the modal, update the list of users. If campaign card, bring up the card information again. Alright, yep, that's fine. Get user list and so forth like that. So we delete all that. Okay, we're really close to doing all of this. So if we hit reload, we should get a list of users. There's no users in there at the moment. So let's put in intern. Now that's not appearing right away, but that's fine. So if we hit refresh, something happened. So we go network. Oh, it's not showing. All right. So add users wizard, add group wizard, group with this information. So what I need to do, view X. Not wanting to show. View. View X not found. Do we have any console logs? No. One of those errors. All right, so what we have under group object and user list is we don't have anything assigned. Yet the potential user list is down by 1. All right, let's have a look in our networking. This is going to go object and user. Group, and yeah, I've just typed that in wrong. So the response, user list. Okay, so it's not updating that correctly. So in here, so object user list. All right, so that should go up to view X. So object I think I had a lowercase u here. Okay, waiting a few seconds, hitting reload. There we go. All right, yeah, I just had a lowercase. That's all. So what I want to do is I want to all right, so what we need to do is we still need to do the delete functionality. So if we hit delete this team intern, nothing happens. But if we refresh, they're still there. Oh, we've got errors. We've got errors. All right. Okay, unhandled during the native. Yep. That's fine. Okay. So close to finishing this. So close. Because once this is finished, this one little task, essentially I've got 2 other bugs which I can quickly nip in the bud. But the bugs book. Yeah, I realized what I said just after I said it. Alright. So, unhandled error during execution of native handle. All right, so we just want to. Yep. All right. Sweet. We can fix this. So let's start with the bottom one. Let's start with the users. So when we have this here, we've got a remove user functionality. So remove user name. Okay. So this user list it's removing it here and then it's sending it upstream. So if I just cancel that, wait a few seconds. Stop filter user list. All right. I haven't saved, that's why. Wait a few seconds, hit reload. So it's actually removed that user, but it hasn't told us that it's removed that user. So this is where we're going to do something fun. So we're going to do 2 things. We're going to tell Vuex to remove this user. That's pretty easy to do. That will be an action. Which we haven't used much of in the Vuex sort of thing. Usually we just pass data in and so forth like that. The reason why we're doing it before we're actually sending the data to the backend is we're being like, all right, no, this is great. We're going to assume this works. So it's yeah, it's assuming everything works, and then it just removes it. So in the view X, we've got actions down here. I haven't really used many actions. The view X. So let's quickly read up on it. Actions. So action. I'll zoom in so everyone can read this. Actions are similar to mutations. The difference being that instead of mutating the state, actions commit mutations, which is what we're doing here. We're actually telling it, hey, can you remove this user? Actions can contain arbitrary asynchronous operations. Let's register a simple action. So with the mutation, we've got increased state. So state.count ++. And then we've got actions, increment, context. Context, commit, increment. Action handles receive a context object which exposes the same set of method properties on the store instance. You can So actions checkout commit state products equals ... cart added. Oh, sorry. It's getting a bit more complicated than I needed it to. Because all I need it to do, alright, so if we set up actions, open it up, so it's a function. So it's a bunch of objects, it's a function. What's commit? So remove group. Oh, I'm just trying to wonder if we need specific naming in this. So we've got update groups and users. I mean, we could just use an update group and user functionality. I mean, we're overcomplicating something by doing it this way. So down here, what we need to do, optimistic update, we assume everything's going to be okay. Remove the user from the list. So this will be this.$store.commit. What we're committing is update groups. Update group and user. Groups and users. All right. So now we have an object, and we're only going to deal with one object, and that is the user list. So we just key that in here, and then we do it like this, and then we have this dot object user list dot filter, where we've got a row, and we return where row dot username not equal username, and that should remove it. But we need to add to the potential. And that's where I think down here it will be fine. I think we'll just remove it, and then what we'll do is when we get the data back, we'll update everything down here. So this is the optimistic path, where we only need to update one place. We'll get the data back eventually, so I unless they've got really slow internet, that's the only time they'll see that user not in the potential list until it updates. I think that would be easiest done that way. All right. Alright, so I was just thinking through everything in my head then, and then everything else would work fine. So I don't need the actions whatsoever. I think they would have just overcomplicated it just a little bit. Okay, so let's add in a user. So we still need to update this when a new user comes in. And if we remove it, they remove straight away. All right, cool. So let's see what happens when we add in a user. So add user wizard. So this will go down here. So user list row. All right, I'm just going to see what information I actually have, because I could potentially use this to actually append what we need. So add user, let's add team member, reload, so row just 3. All right. This one won't be as optimistic. And this one would be solved by actually having a card pop up in like loading data, which I think would be a better sort of solution for the end user. I mean, in theory, I could easily get that data that is required and feed it all the way through and all that kind of fun stuff. But I think that's going to overcomplicate the code. Yeah, all right. Hey Socks, you're back? Yeah. Let's add that in as a bug which we can fix. All right. Because, yeah, we could think of a way to do this nicely. So new issue. When adding new user / group to an object with slow internet, it looks like nothing happens. Right, add the image in. So what we're doing, method 1, log into Nina Beach to go through a project / task. 3, scroll down to the groups and users section and add a new user. Expected results. User to be notified that the new user is being added. Actual results, no notification. We need a prerequisite. Have slow internet. So yeah, this can easily be done, but I'm not going to do it tonight, just because I will need to do it properly. so this is normal, bug, submitted. Yep, this is definitely not for the marketing site. This is for the Near Beach application. Unassigned, I'm going to assign it to me. Subsystem, this is groups, users and groups. We won't have a version or anything like that at the moment. So let's just hit create. All right, happy with that. So we'll fix that up. What I could potentially do is add an extra card in. I could flag something being like, hey, loading, all right? Or is data updating? Flag that on, little card pops up that looks very similar to those cards, and it's just saying loading, or 3 dots on it or something like that. Yeah, something simple and easy. All right, so we just need to get the data from the upstream now and get that sort of fixed. Let's do that. We can quickly do that, and then I got to go to bed. All right, groups, user, and data. Essentially, all of this. I could put this in a single sort of thing. What's our internal functions look like? We've got link object, get customer list. All right, cool. So what we'll do, get group. All right, right here. This is where we're putting in our new internal function. Def get group and user list. We've just got destination and location ID as a requirement, and what we're doing is if we scroll down to the group and user data, we actually take all of that and we go get group and user list. Destination and location ID, like so. We can simplify that even further by doing bang and bang. We can even go bang, bang, and bang, like so. So that looks nice. We go up here. Yeah, all right. Don't take me away from where I was going. Go from up here and we paste this in, and then we go return data. Right. That should work how we're doing stuff. The reason why I'm doing unable to connect is it's still having problems here. Let's just stop it. Stop. Sometimes this happens. All right, there we go. I just didn't want to reload properly. And we get our data like usual. What this does is we've got an internal function which we can just reuse everywhere. So when we delete stuff, update stuff, and so forth like that, we can just be like, all right, cool, just you get this data. All right, so we don't need URLs. We need object data and views. So first off, delete. All right, I might need to hijack some network things to find out what I'm doing. Get rid of that, get rid of all of that. So add user, let's focus on the user again, team intern. So team intern comes back with data, which is fine. Object data, add user. And we're just, before we do anything, we're literally just searching out for, all right, URLs, we're happy with that. Sources, admin, add user, admin, add user, admin, add user. All right, different functionality. Admin, add user, admin, add user, and then add. All right, different functionality, that's fine. So we've only got one place where we're dealing with this. So straight off the bat, we'll get rid of that. Get rid of this. So we're happy with all of this data except user results and so forth like that. So what we want to do is we actually want to get rid of this. So what we want is return JSON response, and then what we want is get group and user list, destination, location ID, and that should be fine. So when we add the group wizard, we can actually just double click on this to go down here. So when we add the group wizard, what we need to do is update view X. So that will be this $store.commit. That will be the update groups and users. Update the groups and users. And then in this sort of case, because this is, we're updating everything. So what I want to do is go over here and literally just copy this, because I don't need to do much. I just need to be like, boop. All right, cool. So that will work when we're adding users now. Now, if we remove users, let's remove, then, all right, we need, now in this sort of case, yes, we do want the response to come back here today. Yep, all right, cool. So what we'll do is we'll bang that in like this. So update the view X requirement, hack for some strange reason. We no longer need this hack. So we've simplified the code a lot better. So now we just need, oh, this is remove group. That's fine, remove users just down here. It's going to do the same thing. So response, go through, add code, yep, we're just going to paste that in. We're going to do this, we're going to hit save. That's fine. So we've done it for both of those. Add group wizard. We're also going to do it down here, add group. Now it doesn't add the group right away, that's perfectly fine. Response, yep. Just going to paste this in. Good. We're happy with that. We now just need the back end to sort of deliver that code, which it's just going to be return the updated groups and user back to front end. All right, cool, that's fine. All right, so we've got remove group. Actually, let's do add group first. So we're going all the way down here, serialize group results. We don't need any of this, so we're just going to paste it straight in. Cool. And then what we need is remove group. All right, so we just need to paste that in like so, and then remove user. All right. Now we're just, so we've got add group. I'm just searching the code now, just to make sure that this isn't going to affect anywhere else. So we've got add group wizards, and that's it. All right. So remove user. Now that is also done on the Kanban cards. That's perfectly fine that we're sending back that data. That should not hurt the Kanban cards. Send data back. It doesn't do anything with the data. That is fine. All right. Remove group, once again, only on groups and stuff and so forth like that. So we hit refresh. If I hit delete for that, it eventually deletes. We're going to add in the optimistic stuff. So remove group. We don't have that. If we have a look at remove user, we've got this. So we're just going to copy this. Doesn't hurt. We'll paste it in. So optimistic update. We assume everything's okay. Remove the group from the list. So update groups and users. Object group list. Group list. Filter out the row ID with the group ID. Now that is actually group ID. All right, so we're just going to add that one back in. And we're going to hit refresh. And it does it right away. All right, cool. All right. And then if I do it like down here, it's like bang, but it will update the, let's add all of them in. And there should be none left. All right, so if we hit